Another contribution into an employer plan could be a rollover. Let's say you worked at XYZ company over here, and you've got $10,000 that you saved up in your 401k, and now you go work for this other company. You're able to now what they call port those dollars over to your new plan. And so you could do just a rollover. And so you could take those assets, roll them over into your new company-sponsored 401k, and just continue from there. And so, that's probably an area where you want to get some advice as well. A lot of people like to take those plans and those dollars with them so they can keep them consolidated and not have to worry about a bunch of different accounts to keep track of. We got some great aggregation tools out there nowadays, though, that you can, roll everything up into one website. But I'm a big fan of trying to consolidate that stuff and just make it easy for you at the end of the day. I will. I'm like 2 slides from that one. I'll get there. They kind of made this a little funky, and they put the 401ks first. And then now that we got Roth 401ks, it kind of throws this off a little bit. Okay, and then let's go to the employer contributions. So if you have a really nice employer, they may do a match. And Schwab's a really nice employer, and they actually do a match for us, which is amazing. There are 401k plans out there that might not have a match. Maybe it's a newer company. They don't have the funds yet, the profitability to be able to match. But a lot of companies like to provide a match anywhere from 1% up to 6%. I've seen up to 8%. What that means is that they're going to put that percentage of your pay into your 401 account on your behalf in addition to what you're putting in. And so when I talk to folks that are getting started, basically anybody, if you're contributing to a 401k, you should at least put the match in. Because if, let's say your company decides that they're going to do a 5% match, but you only put in 2%, they're going to match you dollar for 2%. But if you go 6%, they'll match you dollar for dollar up to 5. Okay, so now you've got an additional 5 coming in on top of your 6, and even creates a much more powerful compounding effect. Okay, so if your employer offers a match, at least get to the contribution level of the match if you can. If you can't, and it's just, you can say, hey, I just want to put in 1% to get started, do that. The big thing here is just to do it, just to start early and start soon. If you do 1%, I think within a couple paychecks, you won't even realize it's coming out. And then you can increase it another 1% and increase it till you get to a point where you're right where you need in terms of expenditures. Okay? But you'll adjust as you go just by putting that money in. And then employers, there's also a profit sharing option. Some plans offer profit sharing where an employer can put a share of the profits into the account for you based on a percentage of your income. Okay, so it could be up to like 25% of your income, and they'll put that amount into there for you. You don't see as many profit sharing plans anymore, especially with larger corporations. Where you do see them is in the smaller companies, smaller limited liability corporations, things like dentist offices, doctor's offices, attorney practices, CPA practices. They may have a profit sharing component to their retirement plans.